Hi everyone, Aleta St. James here. And many of you have been following me on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And I kind of disappeared for a little bit because I've been going through my own transformation, moving into the fifth dimension. Now, the thing that I'd like to explain is that there's so much talk about the ascension and moving into the fifth dimension. And that's all exciting and wonderful, but I'm going to share with you my process so you can get the idea of what it takes to make those kind of shifts. It's not just a weekend course in positive thinking or energy healing or whatever. It's a lot of hard work for years and years and years, a dedication, and who knows how many lifetimes. So many of you might know that I was moving rapidly into the Be Ageless platform because, as you can see, I'm 75 and I don't look it. I had twins at 57, and I believe in agelessness and that you want to potentiate and live at your highest potential always and be excited and alive about life. But because I put that intention out there and I actually started to put seminars together in Cabo and in Mexico so I could combine the actual medical health aspects of getting your body in tune with detoxing and stem cells, and then incorporating that with the higher spiritual energy that's very, very important, because you can take stem cells and still not have that radiance and that youthful look that I'm really focused on emulating. And of course I get the feedback that that's what makes me different. Now, the interesting thing is that I was on that trajectory, feeling like I had done all my work and everything was great. And then I got a cancer diagnosis. So that kind of pulled me back, and I had to go through the cancer operation. And then, of course, in Western medical terms, that was successful, but they offered me radiation and chemo and suppressing my hormones. And to me, being an energy healer and everything that I've done in my life with natural alternatives, that wasn't going to work for me. So shockingly, I left my wonderful cancer surgeon and said, that's not happening. And I found the alternative in Mexico with Dr. Morales. And I did a series of detoxes, getting into the cells, killing the cancers that are there, which only the bad cancer cells, not the good, that radiation and chemo would do. And also, at the end, having stem cells and exosomes. I came back to America. I started to feel really good. I was ready to rock and roll. I went to Robert Kennedy's event. I took my son. I was in the groove. And then all of a sudden, I had a reaction, a Hertz reaction to one of the tinctures, and it overloaded my system, and I was out. And I fell backwards, and I had a concussion. Now, the thing that's kind of interesting about this concussion was it came out of the blue, because I was fine in Mexico. I didn't have any kind of reaction to any of the much stronger protocols that Dr. Morales was using. But it was important in terms of my whole picture that I had to stop working. Because with me, as soon as I get to a certain level, I can rise above my physical and just channel higher spiritual energy to all my clients and to my workshops and to the world. And what the universe was saying to me was, we're going to stop you in your tracks. We're going to take you down so it's impossible for you to work, and you're going to have to go on another journey of healing. Now, at that particular point, I thought it was way beyond that, correct? But obviously not. Because if I really wanted to move into agelessness and to help people that are facing this cancer situation right now, which is in a big uptick, then I needed to get to another level. So thank God for over the years, I have built up a cachet of healers and acupuncturists. Like I went to Dr. Ming Jin, who is my buddy. You know, I've done fertility with her. We were on Chinese television in terms of how to help women get pregnant. Then I went to my chiropractor, Dr. Sam Loeb, and he was wonderful. And then I met this amazing energy, body worker who got into my cells and was able to absolutely unlock the tendons and the ligaments that get stuck as you get older, which I never had any idea about. I thought that, I look young, I have loads of energy, so everything should be fine. Well, it really wasn't. And so I was forced to regroup the troops, go back and heal my body in a more profound way, because I had done all this stuff in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and I had twins at 57. I was in that trajectory. But then once the kids were born, it was all about the kids, and I kind of stopped taking care of myself. And I used that higher spiritual energy to work with them and to work with my clients. So basically what I'm saying right now is that this kind of fifth dimensional shift, there's a price you pay. It doesn't just come out of the blue. For you to raise consciousness, you have to be at a higher vibrational rate, which is in the fifth dimension. Your physical, emotional, and mental bodies, which is the third, that's the densest, need to vibrate up to a level that you can allow your higher spiritual self to come in. It's not going to happen unless you're in alignment and congruity with that vibrational rate. It's just the way it is. So you can see people that seem as if they're highly spiritual, but they don't have their physical and emotional and mental bodies together. And so that's not going to help them move into the fifth dimension. Also, this idea about ascending. I went to India. I went to the light temple down in India. There are gurus that can stand on a platform after years of meditating and decide they're going to ascend and become a light body, kind of what they talk about in terms of Christ. It's not that simple to just, okay, now we're going to all ascend, in the fifth dimension on a certain day. That's not what's probably going to happen. Your ascension has to happen internally inside yourself. So now I'm at a whole other level of what my life's purpose is, and I'm coming from a deeper source and an understanding and a higher vibrational rate, because you can see how I am right now. I'm pretty much radiating, and I'm still working with the situation and the concussion, which anybody who's been through a concussion, it's not fun, because it's not like you get better linearly. 1 minute I have energy, and then it's like the plug gets pulled, energy goes down, and I go down. So I've started to work with people, and I've had to cancel some clients, which I have never done in my life unless I was almost dead. I have no choice because I just don't have it. So I think that's why the universe gave me the concussion, because I can't rise above it. It is what it is, and I have to go through the process. So because I understand it now on a really deep level, and I'm vibrating and I'm meditating at least 3 hours a day, I go to the scalar light waves at least 10 hours, doing it overnight on Friday. Then I go to acupuncture, because I need to be the best instrument I can be so I can transfer this energy to you. And that's how it works for me. It's not an intellectual process. It's every single thing that I go through, I have to emulate it so that I have it integrated in my system, and then I can teach it and transfer it to you. So where are we right now? On September 15th, when Mercury goes direct, we've also had Venus that's going direct on September 6th, I believe, so that we can let all this energy go forward, because this has been a very challenging and in many ways difficult summer for many people, and people are exhausted. And so what I want to do is energize and reboot everybody to an exciting fall in 2023, which means that you're committing to your life's purpose, you're committing to feeling alive, and you're committing to loving yourself and feeling valuable for who you are on this planet. That's the key to agelessness, to have that excitement about your life, your purpose, and your value, coming from a place that you're truly loving yourself from your heart center. And that's what emulates into your higher spiritual self and your physical body. In this workshop that I'm going to be talking about moving forward on September 15th, I'm going to also talk about protocols that have to do with what you need to get your body ready for, which are all the herbs that I learned that are detoxes that need to happen. And I'm excited about sharing them. I'm also going to bring out what are the emotional blocks that you're holding on to that might keep you stuck in thinking that, you know, you have 20 years left. Or I have clients that are in their 40s that already think they're old, or even my fertility clients that think like 30 is like old already. That's insane, all right? And of course I have to laugh when I said, hey, look, had twins at 57, girl, and I'm 75 and I'm still going. So you're 30, you can do it too. And then they laugh because I can do that, right? You have to live it to be able to say it. So I'm getting very out there in my life now. I'm not holding back. I'm coming from total truth and what I'm feeling at the moment, which of course everybody should. So we're going to be doing that on September 15th, and you're going to get empowered in terms of this next level, and you're going to become not only an inner power manifester, but you're going to start seeing magic and miracles happening in your life without things that you couldn't even imagine would happen. The other day, it was so funny because I've been manifesting in the craziest ways. I couldn't reach something in my Amazon Dropbox thing in my apartment house, and there was a girl that was even shorter than I was, and I said, oh my God, I'm gonna have to get the doorman. And then I turned and there was this 6'6" basketball player, and I went, oh my God, you dropped from heaven. And he laughed, and I said, could you please get that box for us? And he did, and I said, there couldn't be anybody more perfect than you. He actually kind of put his hand in there, picked it out, and I kept on kidding around with him that he was like a miracle, an angel from God. But the truth is, he manifested in a time I really needed somebody that was 6'6", and you know, a man, right? Not that a woman couldn't come and do that, but he was, you know, it's like the Marines had landed. So things like that have been happening in my life all along, and I want to share that with you. And I also want to share that even though I have all the signs of what happens when you have a concussion, which is no day at the beach, I'm still able to accomplish things as long as I'm in a higher spiritual realm and as long as I have the support from the people around me. So I want to thank people again who have donated to my GoFundMe because I couldn't work. I'm just starting right now, and I really needed that support to get my whole physical being and who Aleta is into this, you know, time and place so that I can start teaching and sharing everything that I learned through this journey of having cancer, not doing the regular route, going to Mexico, coming back, getting a concussion, and then rapidly transforming because of everything that I had to put together. So I am so grateful. Not that it's been easy, it hasn't been, but I am totally grateful because it wouldn't have happened had I not had that journey. And had I said, no, I don't think this is the right thing for me, and I want to give alternatives to other people. And then when I had the concussion, yes, I have to stay in bed. And yes, I have to do acupuncture and do chiropractic and do scalar wave, you know, light waves that are fifth dimensional and amazing, and go all the way from Manhattan to Staten Island, you know, the armpit of the world in a certain way, and work in that community there with a wonderful woman, Fran and Pete, who own a center, the EES Center, Energy Enhancement Center. It's been phenomenal. Had I not been challenged to get to another level because I was down on my knees, I probably would not be where I am today. So definitely come and do this wonderful seminar on September 15th. You're going to get an energy transference from my energy systems as well as practical tools to work with. And then, magically speaking, on November 24th to the 30th, I'm doing the Be Ageless seminar retreat in beautiful Cabo that I love, in this wonderful hotel there that's a boutique hotel. And I'm going to combine my work with Dr. Morales' work on the physical, if you so choose. That's up to you. And we're going to move into everybody elevating themselves to the fifth dimension and coming from that immortal spiritual energy that is ageless and eternal. And once you move into ageless and eternal, that's it. Nothing can stop you. And then things come into your life that pushed you into those positions and elevate you that you could have never, ever planned out. You would have never gone that route. And yet, it's given you the most magical experiences and joy and fulfillment that you desire and deserve, and couldn't even imagine that you would get there with this road. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and my Instagram and Facebook. My love and blessings to you, always, Aleta St. James.